What you watching?
Oh, I'm watching Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana podcast, as you should, on YouTube. Wow. My friend, Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana podcast on YouTube, the best. Check it out.
Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana podcast. Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana podcast.
Hey, I want a shirt, I want a shirt, look. La camisa está linda, loco. La camisita está linda. Beautiful shirt. Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes.
Aloha.
What's going on, Queen? Aloha to you too. Shit, what's good?
Thank you, Queen. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm trying
I
this
definitely can.
Okay, fantastic.
I definitely can. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
I just put these motherfuckers down to sleep. So I have at least like a good couple of hours. So,
that's what's up. That's what's up. Our guest is not in the building as of yet, but I look at it like this. Our first episodes of all of our seasons always be hot as hell. So shit, whether she shows up or not. I did email her though just now to hit her up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit her up on Instagram real quick. But yes, shit. The fact is, we always have some hot ass shows. So shit. First of all, let me go ahead and hit her up real quick to make sure she got the message.
That's what's up. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate y'all. I have my glasses taped up a little bit. So,
what happened, bro?
Excuse that. Yeah, I'm resourceful, aka ghetto.
Yeah. Hey, the fact is they be charging too much money for them frames. So let's go.
Well, it's like the time that it takes to go down there as well and all that shit.
And the time they take to replace the shits too.
And it's like, I don't know. I turn into MacGyver real quick.
Hey, like I said, them shits be expensive. You know what I mean? Them shits be expensive. So that's a good thing. But yo, you know what? Because like I said, I wanted to. I don't know. Did you see the little video promo I made?
Oh, good job, Queen.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if you saw it.
You know what? Shout out to High and Happy and his crew of creatives. So much, love and so much like dedication. Like I can't wait to get their services again. I'm just on a little budget right now, but they deserve it because they're just amazing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're also like, everybody is like their own entity, which I love. Yeah. And then all collectively coming together, magic just tends to happen. And so I'm really excited to also talk to, shout out to Ms. Taylor, who we're supposed to be speaking to today.
Yes.
I am very excited to pick her brain. And there's a lot of things that, anywho, I'll get to the questions when I guess she comes in. But Queen, how are you feeling?
She about to come in right now. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to get this season 6 in. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, we just keep building. We keep building. We keep growing, and it's a wonderful thing. So let her in so we could get this started. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. How you doing? Taylor gang in the
Welcome,
building.
Taylor.
Motherhood, sex, marijuana in the motherfucking
Motherfucking
building.
building.
And we are
Witness
here with Taylor
Taylor. Gang,
gang.
gang.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well.
And
That's what's
shout
up.
out to Mr. High and Happy for making this happen too. He has
Yes.
suggested this.
And also because I don't know if you remember, because after all, as pot smokers, we have fuzzy memories. Let's just keep it real. As pot smokers, we have fuzzy memories. But there was a stoned comedy show where you was there and I was there with my husband, and I literally tapped you like, "Hey girl, I be seeing you on Instagram all the time," and you was just like, "Yeah girl, how you doing?" And that was like the end of the conversation. But I kind of wanted to be like girl, what's up, how you doing, what's up? But then when you was like, "All right girl, yeah, that's up," I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna leave it alone anyway." Let me leave it for now.
I don't know if it was the first one I went to or the last one, but like I shout out to Baby 18 Baby Blue. Their shows are super funny. They had one yesterday. Unfortunately, I got too high, I missed it, but it's every time I go, it's so much fun. So
that's what's up, yo.
The first time I actually went to the Stone Comedy, me and husband had a good time, but that time he wasn't really feeling it, so we kind of left early. So that's how that go. But that's not even why we're here for. We are here for you to talk about you. So tell the people who you are and what you do. Let us be quiet and give you a chance to introduce yourself. And please note that smoking is very much encouraged on this podcast. Very much encouraged.
Oh, don't worry. I will be smoking. I literally just got hone.
Okay.
So hi everyone. My name is Taylor Gang Gang. For those of you who don't know me, I am a teacher, social worker, and in the cannabis industry, I have my own business called Canna Therapy.
Shout out Canna Therapy. Woo!
Yeah.
Nice.
And basically what I do with that is I provide social work services for those in the cannabis industry. So I get you guys connected to like mental health professionals. If you want to get a medical marijuana card in your state, we'll figure that out. If you're a grower and you're looking to sell in stores or vend, I hook that up. It's a very fulfilling job.
It sounds like
Beautiful.
it, yes. And obviously you charge a fee for, whoever you advise and help. What's that like? How does that process go?
So pricing varies. I do have a link in my Instagram bio where you get free consultation where we can help you figure out what kind of services you need. And depending on the type of services that you would like, and also if you are looking to consume during services or not, because we do offer consumption with your therapy. That's how the pricing works. But the consultation is free. That's when we work out pricing, and like if you can't afford it, we'll try to work out like a payment plan or a budget.
That's beautiful. Have you decided on accepting like Klarna payments? I know you were talking a little bit about nonprofit, a tie-in to where you can get that funding. And I do want to put a bookmark in that because I'm interested in talking a little more about that. But in terms of funding right now, would you like do a Klarna account, or have you ever, or like one of those where people are able to, a merchant account type of situation linked where people can make those payments for you?
That's something that I'm working on. So like working out like payment plans or even like scholarship opportunity, because
Beautiful.
My goal is to, I don't know how that will work right now, but a goal of mine is to be able to accept insurance. Like Beautiful. I know I'm not, my brand, my company does not treat clients. We don't like to think that clients are sick. We just like to think of clients who are in need of services and who just need support and help. So hopefully once I get like the proper documentation and stuff, I can work into accepting insurance and like, helping people out financially as well.
That's beautiful. That's what's up. And that's pretty
Indeed.
exciting, as well as a
Indeed.
lot of paperwork, to say the least. But here's
Exactly
what
what I
I
was about
think,
to ask, because I'm thinking,
you
what I'm
know,
saying, as going into insurance. Because first of all, I'm on my 9 to 5, plantation has a lot to do with insurance. Oh yeah, I call them shits plantations. Fuck the frail.
I
You know
respect
what I'm
I
saying?
respect it.
You know what I'm saying? So the 9 to 5 plantation has levels of insurance, and I know that while cannabis is growing, is there a real growth with cannabis and insurance?
I think with that, it is very possible. However, even though it's legal, there's still sectors of like the medical field and even the government where they don't recognize it as a medical plant. So once it's recognized medicinally, it'll be easier to be like, okay, well, she's providing a service. Let's see how we can get government funding to support. And then the insurance acceptance will be easier. But for now, it's just like if somebody has insurance but doesn't have the funds, I would work out either a payment plan or a scholarship opportunity where you can like work it off. Like my goal isn't to, even though I would love to make money and be wealthy off of this, my goal isn't to be rich off of this. It's more to provide services for people in this industry so that they can grow successfully and not experience like short-term rewards.
Exactly. Helping people is the goal. That makes sense. I'm glad to hear it.
Beautiful. Yeah. And it reminds me of when, let's say, there's this thing called like ride or transit. It's called different things, and you can get different funding for it, I believe. But long story short is when you need a ride to the hospital, it's kind of the same concept. You're not the hospital, you don't give the services there, but you're providing the services that have to do with it. And insurance does cover that. So finding, and you know what oh my God, loopholes just turn me the fuck on. Like if I can figure out a way to get paid and to get the government particularly to take care of it, ooh, baby. I get so turned on. It's like, oh, if anyone's interested in dating me out there, just give me some loopholes and I'll just go goo goo gaga.
So anyway, somehow you got to throw your pum pum in it. No, no, because I'm going to stop the conversation for a second and say how you just threw your pum pum everywhere.
I totally did.
We discussed throwing our pum pums, right? Didn't we discuss? Okay, sidebar. Sidebar. We're gonna go back to Taylor Gang.
I think this queen right here understands that, when an opportunity, and we don't want to miss our opportunities, right? So
of course not.
My soulmate could be watching this live. Who the fuck knows?
Hey.
Got it on it.
But no, Taylor, how because I'm assuming you in New York City, right?
Yep, I'm in the Bronx.
Get it, Bronx. I saw that.
All right, cool. That's what's up. So as far as the cannabis game in New York City, how what's your take on it?
Wow.
Yo, I gotta ask because honestly, I lived in both ways. I grew up in New York. I'm not originally from New York, but I grew up in New York where weed was illegal, and you know what I'm saying, you had to buy it on a secret corner type shit, swipe hands real fast. You know what I'm saying? So to go from that to how it is now, where
y'all making your strides.
You know what I'm saying? Where it is now, it's like it's two different levels, but at the end of the day, we still got people like OCM running down in people's stores. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It depends on who want to pay taxes and who don't want to pay taxes, who want to get the license and who don't. You know what I mean? Like, how you feel about that whole shit?
So here's the thing. I am learning, even though like I've been smoking since I was 15, and I've been like smoking, like buying off the black market since like 2015, maybe 2013. I will say that I'm still learning what like a legacy brand is and like people who've been doing it a long time.
Mm.
I will say that a lot of new people coming in are like, it's very weird. They're like very like entitled, I would say, and they're more like money driven. Like you can
Mm.
tell who's like an OG and who's doing this for the love and for the culture and for what the plant is for. Like shout out to all the OGs in the industry.
Thank you.
I don't want to particularly name drop because even though I want to give them their flowers, I don't want
There's so
to.
many.
Yeah, there's so many, and I don't want to leave anybody out and make
I
anybody
feel
feel some
that.
type of way.
Shout
But
out to
I,
others.
yes, but I will say there's a lot. There's so much room in this industry that like once it became first, it became medically legal, and when that was a thing, saw hope, but like also it was still very strict. Like I had a medical card, and even with my medical card, I got denied twice to go into a facility, which I thought was weird. And then when one store finally let me in, they wanted to check me. They wanted two forms of ID to it was very like I felt criminalized. Like I felt like they
Mm.
didn't think it was me. So then when it became like legal, and they started opening up dispensaries, I think the first one that opened was Housing Work, and I went there. It was super dope. It reminded me of Urban Outfitters, and like I don't know how people feel about it, but I grew up on Urban Outfitters, so it was very eye appealing to me. However, like I bought two pre-rolls. The pre-rolls were $18, but with tax it was like 40 and some change.
Ew.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was talking about. Girl,
Here's the thing.
Lord.
If you're going to tax like that, you need to be prepared to take my. So I went there and I'm like, oh, do you guys take card? Oh no, we only take cash. Okay, do you have an ATM? Oh, we don't have an ATM. So
Oh,
you
hell
want my?
no.
So you're not even acting like you really want my money because this is ridiculous. Like,
Real shit.
girl,
and
I'm
then
tell you like this. Cause we actually have a video because you know what I'm saying? I do stuff like that for our channel. Definitely for, people that don't know New York City or, what I'm saying, never been and you just like to, get a good look. I actually did a video where I went to Housing Works and you're right. The outside does look sort of like Urban Outfitters. It's very, you know what I'm saying? It's very cute for the Soho neighborhood that it is in. I'm just saying it's cute. It matches with everything. Now I didn't go inside because when I went there was a long ass line. And Shode, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't stand on lines to buy weed. The only time I ever stood on a line to buy weed was when I lived in Seattle and it was the pandemic and they made everybody stand on line outside at the stores. That was that I tolerated that. But in New York City, stand on line to buy weed? No.
You know what's crazy? She's after the day that you have to stand in line. I don't care if it's legal now. I remember once upon a time, not long ago, you have to knock on one door, you have to text a nigga, and then you have to meet them on the corner. You think I'm gonna stand online for this shit?
Exactly. Exactly what I'm saying. I like the whole idea of standing on the line just had me twisted, and I refused because I literally left the line, got on the train. 10 minutes later, I had weed in my hand. I'm just saying, 10 minutes later, I had weed, and I wasn't on nobody's line. So,
I'm gonna tell you this,
and yes, you also mentioned the tax that they do on these stores because I went to Smack Village. Now, Smack Village is another technically legal dispensary in New York City. Went there, and yes, there was no line at the front door, but yes, I spent the extra fucking $18 in tax on a $60 eighth, and so that was the one time and the only time I went there. The only time, because the other niggas will give me a eighth for 25 when I'm broke. I'm just saying, 25.
And let me ask you something, because I went to Smack Village, but I didn't buy their flower. Let me ask you something. How was the flower?
The flower was good. The flower was good, but at the
flower that I bought from Housing Work, I'm not gonna lie, I bought two pre-rolls. It was mid. It was horrible. It wasn't horrible, but it was mid. And I was just
It
like,
might as well be horrible.
not you taxing me. Then you making a glamorous thing, this grand opening, just for me to come home and smoke mint.
Oh, yes.
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. And see, that's the thing that I fuck with too. It's like I'm getting, like, when I'm broke and I can get an eighth for $25, the eighth be some hot shit. It don't be no bullshit. It be some hot shit. So it's like, why am I fucking with you and giving you $50 for some bullshit that I know is going to have me pissed off when I get home, especially when I weigh the shit. Because yes, me and my husband done bought a scale and we weighed some of these motherfucking bags before we smoked them. And hey, the weight is not correct, man.
No,
the weight is not correct.
No. I would be, you know what? I was with some dude. Shout out to my little busted baby, and he bought some flour. And he's like, before we even smoke it, I gotta weigh it. And I was like, in my head, I was like, I can't imagine going through the struggle of bumping weed and you just jip me, nigga. I have to kill you like they did on ATL when he tried to shoot that little nigga when he didn't have his money.
Yo, but it's true though. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons why we bought a scale, because again, we done tested these people, and there was one particular place that I bought weed regularly, and they had, the weight was wrong. I came back and told the chick, and the chick was mad at me for telling her. So I literally never bought from her because it was like, okay, good. You know what? The fact is, if you mad that I'm informing you about something, it's not like I'm trying to get over. I'm informing you because at the end of the day, I gave you real money. I didn't give you monopoly money. That wasn't monopoly money I gave you. You feel me?
If you were trying to get over,
treat me with the respect and give me right money.
Exactly. If you were trying to get over, you wouldn't have paid her. But you already gave her the money. So the least she could do is respect your black ass dollar. That's how I look at it, bitch. Don't play with me, because you don't play with your mama like that. Don't play with me like that.
That's right. That's right.
And I ain't gonna hold you. Some of these brands be playing in people's faces. And let me tell, I think it happens in every industry, but I find it the most ridiculous when it happens in the cannabis industry, just because of how much trauma and fucking segregation and dehumanization behind the fucking plant there was. For you to fucking try to finesse or scheme somebody who's giving you money just because it's legal now, when there are still till this day Black and brown people in prison for it. Whether it's like Juneteenth. It's like Juneteenth. Niggas didn't know they were free until Juneteenth. There are still people locked up to this day for that shit. So for you to try to finesse me for a couple of extra dollars, you must be out your mind.
I agree.
And see, that's the thing too. Is like me, because Ruby lives in Portland, so Ruby is able to when she buys weed, she just like when we both lived in Seattle and when we first met, we were able to go to actual dispensaries where you know for a fact whatever it says is on that bag is whatever is in there. You ain't gotta go home and weigh that shit. You ain't gotta go home and think if they sold you one strain when you really thought you was buying another strain. Ain't none of that good.
Right. I also feel like the market in New York
dealing with this. It's like y'all motherfuckers still don't got it right. Y'all still don't got it right.
I feel like the market in New York also, when it comes to cannabis, I feel like because there's so much room for growth, and New York City is like you can get a job in anything, anywhere. I think that with that freedom, there is a lot of like, I don't know, like what's the word? I'm like lackadaisical, or like little effort, or like actual like I don't know what the
lack of responsibility.
Exactly, accountability and responsibility. Like
Indeed.
I remember. Let me tell you something. I went to a store right here. I live by Fordham Road. Went to a store. I was like, oh, you got some super lemon haze. Let me get that. They were like, word. I said, and I know what it is, but I like to question shit because I've been laced before. So now I be asking 21 questions before I even think of buying it. I asked him, I was like, oh, what is that? He's like, oh, it's some loud. I was like, okay, but is it a sativa, a hybrid, an indica? So he's like, oh, this is an indica. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, that's an eighth right there. He's like, yeah. I was like, are you sure you got a scale? Can you like? I started asking mad questions. I was like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like? Then I smelled it. I was like, this ain't super lemon haze. Like, and he looked so shocked. And it was like, come on, my nigga. You can't come into the hood and start selling booth when niggas is still scared. They still selling it out their project. Stop playing with me, nigga. No. And then you want to charge me $30 and you don't even know what you're selling me.
That's what we're dealing with in New York City, honestly. And see, that's the thing, is that a lot of them don't expect that you have knowledge on weed. A lot of them don't expect that you know what I'm saying, that you know certain levels of weed. Like, yo, as a weed smoker, we're not just like, some of us are not just smoking it. Some of us actually will go to Google and ask a question or two.
I am not
and I mention that because my husband does that all the time. He'll stand right there in the store and be like, what's the name of that shit? Let me see what, what Google say. Let me see what Google say. Because if Google don't say what the fuck you talking about, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Yeah. Never mind, they don't know if they have somebody from the West Coast in front of them. Case in point, Ruby, tell them last time when you was here and we was in New York City, we was in Times Square, and what this motherfucker was trying to do.
Rip me off. He tried to rip me off. And you just never know who you're talking to, point blank. And that's why I feel like, especially in the West Coast, we're very spoiled. It's almost like spoiled in abundance because it's so scarce in other places, I would say. Like, for instance, the dispensary that I used to work at, shout out Ganja Goddess in West Seattle, or not West Seattle, but excuse me, South Seattle. We would only purchase pesticide-free weed. So there was like certain, like, we wouldn't just buy weed from everywhere. It wasn't, excuse me, it's not just mids. It's not just about high quality. It's just like, how does this grower produce their weed? That was like the buyer's, pretty much the whole intention behind the store. And so when you walked in, it was like a jewelry store. It looked very classy, very elegant. And then the bud tenders were expected to have some sort of knowledge, not to be like, know-it-alls, but they wanted you to know your shit, because we would have people coming in and expecting dialogue, expecting a conversation, expecting to be educated. And so, I've been in dispensaries where everyone looks like they could be my son or my daughter. And, everyone's high out of their motherfucking mind and they don't even know what the fuck they're smoking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right, so as a, connoisseur, I think we're kind of at the point of connoisseur.
I've met people like that who, they don't know what they're smoking.
Yeah, and you know what? and here's my question to you, Taylor.
Am I frozen?
Are you? Because we can still hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, there we go.
And maybe this is a question for all of us, or for the both of you, is what are 2 smoking etiquette rules that you live by and that you expect others that smoke or your surrounding to do as well?
I would say the first one, and I don't care how you feel about me, know what you're smoking. I feel like that's basic etiquette. Like, okay, you could be smoking whatever, John. You could be smoking whatever your fucking plug gives you, and you might not care, nigga. What if I'm allergic to that weed? Because there are people who are allergic to marijuana. And then what if you got me smoking lows or mids? Now I'm sitting here thinking I'm gonna get high, and I'm sitting here angry because I'm not. Like,
okay,
that's basic. Like, let's start with that.
Okay.
And then like, I have a list. Like, I literally, every time I smoke with people, I make a mental list of what I will and will not tolerate. Okay. Something else I will not tolerate. Yeah. Something else I will not tolerate.
There's rules to this shit.
Do not say that you're gonna match me and I bring some gas. First of all, I'm spoiled. I buy my weed at fucking events. Catch me dead buying it. If I buy it from a store, it's because I know the grower who sells it from that store. I'm not just going to dispensaries no more. I'm sorry, I'm spoiled. And I don't give a fuck.
Good for you. That's right. That's
But-
right. I'm gonna need to hit you up about that plug when I get out there, because Kai's out there too, because I'm gonna need some weed. I'm sorry.
Girl, I got you.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we're matching, you're like, oh, let's match. I bring some fire shit, and you trying to bring me the shit that you bought from the project staircase, or you bring me some vape, or you bring me from an eighth bag, and then you want to sprinkle mad grabba trying to make it look like a real split. Oh, hell no. Nigga, just say that I you up, you stupid bitch. That's like coming over for some head, and I give you head, and you don't give me shit but a pat on the head. I will beat the shit out of you.
Basically.
I love it.
I ain't gonna lie, I like those rules. But I'm gonna tell you right now, one of the things because that's something that my husband does. Like, my husband will definitely know the name of the weed, know what it does, you know what I'm saying, know how much THC, all of that, because like I said before, he even pull out his card or his money, he gonna go on the phone, Google, what the fuck is this weed gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? That's how he get there. Me personally, it's about me personally, because how motherfuckers be running their shit, it's about price. It's about price. And 9 times out of 10, yes, the motherfucker done told me what the name of it is, but once I roll it up and light it, ask me what it is, what? You gonna take a pull or what? No? All right, then don't smoke then. The fuck? Don't smoke with me then. I said I don't remember what he said. The fuck? I bought the weed at 4 o'clock. It's now 9 o'clock at nighttime when we smoking. What do you expect me to remember from 4 o'clock? How you expect me to remember a busy person like me? So that is always an issue between me and my husband, because he always asks me what it is, if it's a sativa, and it's silly because 9 times out of 10, these stores don't be having sativas; they be having fucking hybrids or indicas. They're hard pressed to fucking find sativa out here. He know that, but he still asks me stupid ass questions like he don't know what the fuck. Like he don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
He's so one day you're like, baby, today's our lucky day.
You know what I mean? Unless you buying it with me, that's the only way you gonna know what it is. If you standing right there and you watched me buy it and you saw the name. Other than that, don't ask me. You know,
finally gonna blow on something. The first puff since I've been home. I just got home. Where's my lighter?
Oh, hell yeah. Go ahead, girl. And the second thing for me would be just, you know what I'm saying, if you don't put in, because that is shit. Because again, back in the days when I first started smoking, I was the most freeloading motherfucker that you could ever know in your life. So now that I'm actually purchasing it, I'm very much concerned about who ain't putting it in. Like you put in on this? Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get the pull because you didn't put in.
You know what's crazy? Looking back at it, I don't understand why they used to light my ass up when I was a kid. Because I started smoking at 15, so at 15 I wasn't putting shit in at 15.
Right.
So fuck.
Me neither.
Now that I'm older and I be smoking my weed, I be like, why were these niggas? And none of them try to fuck me. Why would they just lighting my ass up?
They wanted to share the love. They wanted to share that love. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
They were mad, and we used to smoke like this one dude shot. When I finally started making money, he was my first dealer. But before he was my dealer, he used to light me up anyway. He'd be like, "Yo, we going over to my place. You coming over?" I'd be like, "Cool." He would have like a big thing of weed and just roll up one after another. 15 years old, smoking like 10 blunts with fucking 17 and 18-year-old. And I would just sit there and be like, am I cool? Like, why am I here? How did I get
Oh man, I feel it. I feel it, but at least shit, the love was shared though. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. But
I
now,
got a question for you though,
yeah,
cause I actually, even though I really like their company, the company motto, and you know what I'm saying, what they trying to sell. I mean, and what they trying to promote as far as buying weed from women. I know you've seen them, the campaign, and the people on IG timeline, you know, said buy weed, you know, buy weed from women. And my
yes.
thing is this. The only time I ever cared who sold me the weed is if I was fucking that person. Like seriously, if I'm fucking you and you selling me weed, we gotta have a conversation. Yeah, that to me is a
Oh
reason for us
shit!
to
I
conversate on.
love this
But
girl. She
but
came
if
to
I'm
talk.
not fucking you, I don't give a fuck who's selling me weed. Like I'm not going. I'm not going to be all anal and try to find a chick to buy weed from, because that's to me that's a little extra. I get it. I get it. We promoting womanhood. We promoting women-owned businesses. I get it. But again, if I'm not fucking you, I really don't care who's selling me some weed. As long as it's fire and you're not jipping me, I don't give a fuck. How you feel about that?
I fucks with you for saying that. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with cannabis itself. I think it's a generational thing with political awareness and political correctness and cultural competence. Because let me tell you something. When it became legal in New York, the first people getting put on was white women, and I was very confused. I was like, you don't think the niggas in jail, like
Mm,
fucking Dominicans,
mm,
Mexicans, and niggas should be put on first, but white
mm.
women, not even white men, white women. And you know what? In my head, I was like, you know what? Do it for the women. But as I've been in these spaces celebrating women in cannabis, they don't mention black people. They mention white women and white
Mm,
passing Hispanics, but they
mm.
don't mention the black and browns who it truly affected. And I find it
Exactly.
so interesting. And you know, you would think like this just reminds me of some fucking was allegory or like where it talks about like if aliens ever came and they wanted the whole black population, what would the world do? It kind of reminds me of that because as Hispanics, whether you're white skin or not, if you're in a space where they're celebrating you, but you can also put people on who have been impacted negatively from this plant, why aren't you using your voice? Because every
Mm.
time there's something against Asians, they go to black people. Every time there's something against Hispanics, they go to black people. Anytime there's any injustice, the first thing they do is pander to black people. So I don't understand why nobody wants to stand up for black people, but only half black people, because not all black people care. Some black people don't
Exactly.
give a shit.
Exactly. At the
It's
end
just
of the day,
annoying.
it's all about, you know what I'm saying? There's even with our own community, there's levels of colorism. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely levels of colorism. Because first and foremost, you know what I mean? And it's just, and it's all within, you know, all type of you know, cultures and shit. Because I myself, I'm Panamanian. You know what I'm saying? People automatically see my hair and see the locks and automatically assume I'm Jamaican, especially when I floss the Jamaican accent. But at the end of the day, Panamanians, there's Spanish people that look just like me, that are dark like me, that are darker than me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So and I honestly felt from the beginning of this whole weed is legal in New York thing, I felt like it was going to automatically be a disadvantage to us because again, they first were starting to talk about how they wanted people to prove this and prove that, they prove that they had a business, prove that they pay taxes. Drug dealers don't pay taxes. Drug dealers borrow people kids or let you borrow their kids so they can
Definitely be
get
on
a little
food
broke off in
stamps.
taxes.
Hell yeah, they
What
do
we
not
talking
pay
about? What we talking
taxes.
about?
How you gonna claim tax on drug money? You think the crack dealer is claiming taxes? Tell me what his business is. That nigga has a mortgage.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, it's like it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's all at a disadvantage, and it's like, you know what I mean. And again, the main people that are, you know, promoting the New York and everything in all these states for cannabis to be legal. Half of these people are promoting it for money purposes only. They don't give a fuck about the plant. They don't give a fuck about the people that's smoking the plant. They want you to just they just want to be in the business because they know it's a money making business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I think I want to say maybe twice or three times a month, I go on a rant about this. I'd be like, yo, stop inviting me to these events and I show support, but y'all don't be supporting Black people. It don't make no fucking sense. Like I really be very vocal, and it came to the point that like I finally got tired of hearing myself bitch and complain. So I created like a little Instagram group full of like Black people in the industry who, you know, maybe it's just me, but may feel not supported or seen, so that we can support each other. We can create events or even retreats so we can uplift each other instead of depending on people who really don't give two shits if we're celebrated or not. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Whether we get celebrated or whether we're seen, it don't put money in their pocket. So they don't care.
Indeed. And that's a great thing that you mentioned that group, because obviously groups like that are needed, you know what I mean, even in this industry. You know what I'm saying? The groups like that are needed because at the end of the day, the ones that are benefiting are not the ones that look like you and me.
No, they do not. It's very sad. And then like when I made this group, I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical because I was like, I don't want anybody to think that like I'm like segregating the community or doing something weird. It's just there's a group of people who work hard in this community. They have excellent content. They make great contribution. You want our dollars, but you don't want our face. You want our art and our content, but you don't want us. That's not fair. It's not fair. You cannot just come in, take our shit, and then toss us to the side, because that's essentially what you're doing.
And it's exactly what you're doing. You're profiting off of our love of the plant. Because that's what it basically is. You basically taking advantage of the fact that I love the plant, so therefore you're offering me something, and therefore in me taking the advantage of that offer, you just want me to deal with it to make you a profit, so that you can live your lifestyle and fuck how I live, fuck how it affects me in the first place. Right. How it affects my community in the first place. Because again, you live in New York, you know that these legal dispensaries that they claim they open, they in Manhattan and all kind of places in the hood. What we got in the hood? We got the bodega selling the weed. We got
the Habibis, yeah,
little smoke shop selling the weed.
You know, I'm glad you brought. So I go to all these events, and these events have been like in Manhattan, in Brooklyn, and Queens. So I've been asking, when you gonna throw something in Fordham Road or the Bronx? Oh, well, you know the Bronx isn't fully gentrified. It's not popping yet. I live up the block from Fordham University. You don't think them white kids want good weed? You don't think them white kids are gonna spend $100 on the 8?
Hello?
There's a fucking Chipotle and a Five Below and a Target. Stop playing. Just say that you're scared, because that's what it is. That's what it is. You scared because there's no you can make so much, especially on Fordham Plaza where they have the fucking food night market and shit. You could just rent out a day where you just throw mad vendors right there, right across the street from the university and all them food places. You're bugging. Listen, whatever the excuse is, just tell it don't matter what you say to me, because whatever comes out your mouth, all I'm going to hear is that you're scared. And it's cool. Don't do it. I'll do it. And then when I do it and you see that it's popping, eat that shit.
Shit, make sure and invite me to it, cause shit, I live in Brooklyn. I come through. I love Fordham Road like a motherfucker. Fordham Road is in the Bronx, by the way, Ruby.
Yes, that's exactly where I live. Fordham is popping. That's where Ice Spice is from.
Oh hell yeah. We can't hear you. You on mute, Ruby.
Oh my gosh. Taylor, are you going to the CWCB this year?
I went to the CWCB. When did I go? I think I went like 3 years. It's 2023.
Right.
I went like 4 years ago, maybe
Okay.
5.
Okay.
I went before the pandemic, but this year maybe I'll go.
I mean,
Okay.
the fact is, see, I went last year to the boat ride because the main reason why I wanted to go was the boat ride, and you know what I mean. And honestly, that's where I could say I saw a lot of very much white, rich people, definitely in the cannabis industry from all kinds of walks of life. But the fact is, everybody was cool. You know what I mean? Everybody was just, it was a normal type of chill type of event. And the fact is, the liquor was flowing. Everybody was smoking. It was good food all around. It was a good vibe. You know what I mean? The main thing I had a problem with last year with that boat ride, even though yes, it was good and it helped, it satisfied my husband because it was his birthday, so that was his birthday present. But the price of that boat ride, child, was $175
each, or for 2 tickets.
What you say?
It was 175
each person. Yes, and
this year's
the trickery of the expo is that they make you can't just buy an event ticket. You gotta buy an event plus a ticket to the Javits Center. And last year, ticket to the Javits Center was $50. So yes, I paid $175 plus 50 times 2 last year. This year, these motherfuckers want $275 plus $75 for the Javits Center. Now,
girl, there's a yacht party next week. And tickets, I think, are like $50. Girl, save your money. I'm going to that one.
That's right.
Actually, I bought the ticket already. I already bought the ticket already, and we I bought the ticket because again, it's for my husband's birthday. Literally, that's the main reason why I even paid for it, because it's really for my husband's birthday.
Happy birthday.
However, the main thing I wanted to bring up by bringing all that up is that the fact is, I was just like, yo, I've been at many events at Work and Roll where I paid a little $30, little $40.
Yeah.
And I get a little at least 3-4 pre-rolls just walking through the joint. And these motherfuckers is throwing the whole event with liquor and food flowing. Why are we not giving out no weed? Why we can't give out some weed? Why are we pretending like we?
Because they're more into like networking and shit. They don't care about they're more into the business, while like Work and Roll is networking as well, but like it's also about the product. It's more about the product.
All right. And Taylor, I'll be coming out there for the CWCB and to spend kind of my birthday too. It's later on in that month. But I was talking to Kai about having like a little get together. And so it sounds like you will be the plug to kind of rile it in, because I would love to have like a smoking session, and that way, we could all meet each other. I want to do one of those 420 happy rides. And my idea was that somebody give me head while Kai and Mr. High and Happy drive us around. But
you see the fuck shit that she be on?
They ain't having that. I'm trying to talk about some sexy shit now. Fuck all this weed, man. We got 2 other subjects to go to.
And see, this is the kind of bullshit she was talking when we interviewed him. She was like, yes, is it possible? I'm in the back seat when niggas giving me head and Kyle be in the front seat with y'all. and y'all we could
No,
just be talking and handling
Sex,
it.
drugs, and
no.
rock
Like,
and
you see the
roll.
fuck shit? Do
That's
you
not how.
understand what kind of
That's
levels of
not how
fuck
that
shit this
works,
is, or do you
girl.
agree that this is fuck shit as well? I'm just saying.
That was crazy.
She just like,
I
yeah, I don't know
respect
about
it
none of
though,
that
but
fuck
that was
shit. I
crazy.
don't know
I'm
about none of
kidding.
that fuck shit.
And
I don't
then,
even know why you would think
well,
of some crazy shit like that. You wild.
speaking about crazy, Taylor, you got to share with us at least one spicy, sexy, crazy story for all of our listeners who want to hear about it.
Okay. I can tell you some recent shit.
Please.
So,
Oh, please do.
I got a little. I'm 30 years old and I'm very single. I've never been in a relationship.
Okay.
I don't know how the
Okay.
universe works that way, but coochie's still good.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
But so I'm messing with this guy. I got a roster of men because
That's right. Will of
I'm a full
lovers.
figure bitch.
Will of lovers.
So I'm messing with this guy, and like, oh my god, it's so funny. First of all, I'm 30 and he's 23. I should have asked for his ID before fucking him.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Is he
but
damn, we
prescribed
found out
alcohol?
after we fucked him that he was a youngin'. Okay.
reason I fucking 30. Wait, how old are you? Like during sex, I'm like, how old are you? But anyway,
Oh.
the last time he comes over and we're doing it, and I got used to him talking shit during sex, but this time I don't know what it was. Like he just needed somebody to talk to, and I just felt like sex wasn't. He was like, he was like, yeah, you like that shit? It's not too small, right? This is a good size for you. And I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
What kind of therapy are we
Baby.
doing right now? Oh,
I
am I
don't.
supposed to be am I giving you some kind
Oh,
of no,
those
what
need
kind of
some
energy you
dry,
looking for?
baby.
What we looking for? We need reassurance. We need to. Did somebody say your dick was small? Who you be talking to that all of a sudden tell you your dick is small? No, I'm saying because now we need to talk. No,
We
because
need
now we need to talk. You asking me if
Bad
did
timing.
someone mention your dick and say it was small in the same sentence? Who is this person? Why is she talking about your dick? Did she see it recently? Has she been sucking it? What's
There
going
are
on? No,
questions,
because now I got
definitely.
questions. No, because now, no, you
You
might,
gotta
go
open
ahead,
up
pull
the
it out
whole
and start talking,
situation,
pull it out
boy.
and talk to me now. No, because now you fucked it up. You fucked up the
That's
whole
not sexy at
motherfucking
all,
groove.
sir.
I was
It's not,
in
That's
the
not
groove.
sexy
it
at
gets
all.
worse.
Making me
It
think
gets
that some other
Okay.
bitch is sucking your dick. Now you making me think some
Oh
other
my
bitch is sucking
Lord.
your dick. You better talk to me, man. You better
Uh-uh.
talk to me.
it gets worse. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh my god, I'm ignoring him because I'm focusing on my fucking nut. And then he gonna go, he gonna go. I'm the only one fucking you, right? You like this shit? You wanna get on birth control so I can decorate your walls? What?
Oh my God.
Sir, get off
Is this
of me
motherfucker
right
white?
now.
You fucking
Sir,
a white dude?
this is over. I do not like this. What? What? For what? My
That's
what?
some
No, I don't like
white
how you talking to my
dialogue.
pum pum. She don't like it. I don't like it. We done. We done.
What
Decorating my
the
walls
fuck?
is crazy. You
Decorate
going
her
cool.
walls, huh?
You
Not
going cool,
perforate the
little woman.
walls.
Well, at least he's thinking preventative and, try to
But
be,
here's the thing. You're
huh?
23 and you're talking about birth control. I'm fucking 30 and I want 5 kids. So either you wear a condom or you continue to pull out, sir. I don't know what to
No,
tell you,
you
bitch,
bust up
but
in
I'm not.
her. You
I'm
bust up
not.
in her while the time is ticking. If she wants 5 kids, you better start now.
Not with a 23-year-old. I want the nigga to be my
No,
age
not
or
with a
older.
23-year-old though. Especially if a 23-year-old thinks this is sexy to be talking at. No, if you think this is sex talk, we need to sit down. We need a whole education. We
No,
need a
hold on
whole
a second.
education.
Ruby, you think I want the father of my children to be like, oh my God, is my dick big enough? Are you sure? You think I'm
You know,
qualified?
hey, you know what? I didn't even think that far ahead. I just thought that, hey, people are doing like $20,000 shots to get knocked up. Maybe you might not care about
That. Oh, you know what? You have a point that they are, but nah. I want my baby daddy to be one man. I want one man to be the
Okay,
father of 5 of my children,
okay.
and I just can't. I can't do little dick syndrome.
He ain't
I
the one.
cannot because
No one. First of
He's
all,
just a nut
again,
off,
let's
getting the
just
jump off.
put it out into the system that say, listen, men, let me tell you something. If the girl is enjoying it and she actually likes your dick, whether it's big or little, don't worry about all that bullshit, because that shit is corny.
Yeah,
That makes you look
right.
corny. That makes you look totally fucking corny. You
It
know what I'm
really
saying?
that's
does,
Because at the end of
girl.
the day, little dick can hit certain spots. Let's keep it real. Somebody shit. There's little dicks out there that satisfying plenty of bitches.
oh, and
I'm
I didn't
just
even
gonna
tell
say
you
that out
before.
there.
Before I fucked him, I was fucking with some big dick nigga. When I tell you big dick, oh my god, like porn star, big
Oh,
and
wow.
wide, perfect, beautiful dick, and he didn't know what he was doing. So it ain't the size, bitch. Because if you got a big belly in the car, you don't know how to drive, bitch. Where are you going?
Word,
Right. There
word,
are, exactly. Thank you for saying that as well.
exactly.
You
But
know.
that's part of the point that I was trying to drive home. It's like at the end of the day, if it satisfies you, it don't matter if it's big or small and shit. And please, again, that would have had him caught all the way up with me. Like what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what you mean your dick little? Somebody told you your dick little? Okay, so who is this person? Why, she saw your dick recently? Okay, so how's she seeing your dick? What's going on? Maybe we need to talk.
I didn't even think. All I
The
could
fuck?
think was, why? Why do you want to ask me this at such a time like this? Like, I feel like
Word.
you are bugging the fuck out, sir.
Word.
Did I make you feel
Sir,
like
this
your
is
dick
not the
was
time. This is the time. This is the kind of conversation to get you cussed out right now. Right
like?
now.
Read the
Football will
room.
turn from fucking
Read
waterfall to
the.
dry sand. Dry sand. You play with me. You play with me.
It was.
Yeah, it's like I've been so I have an embarrassing story. I kind of told Kai a little bit about it, but I say it's embarrassing because I put myself out there. Like I had in a previous episode, I had disclosed that I wasn't 100% sure who my baby father is, the third child. So long story short, one person who I thought would be, has a good chance of being, I tried to reconnect with on some like, hey, can we talk and blah, blah, blah. And he politely pretty much tells me to like fuck myself. Like not he doesn't say that, but he says pretty much that it's not time for that right now. And so I'm surprised that I wasn't shook by it by any means, but I'm really glad that I put it out there like that. And I remember you saying, Taylor, that when you like somebody, everybody knows because you're very upfront with it. Do you find that as you're getting older, and you're knowing yourself more, that you're more comfortable doing the hunting, or do you sometimes want to be hunted by the other person?
I'm sorry.
No problem. It's all good.
It's all good, girl. Enjoy that ice.
That's actually a really good question. It depends. Like, I'm open to both. But here's the thing. It depends on the person. Like, if you're gonna hunt me, you gotta be the nigga that I want. You can't just be some regular nigga pushing up on me and hunting me. I'ma shut that shit down. I hurt you, your feelings, your father's feelings. I've hurt everybody's feelings. I've hurt your friends' feelings. Don't do it. You better make sure I like you. Read the room, ask around, do a little tester, but don't get your feelings hurt. Because when I hurt your feelings, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I don't give two shits. Because I didn't ask for that attention, bitch.
Hey,
I
I
was the
mean,
one
because
who
at the end of the day, you live in New York City. If it's
you
not
can't
wanted
just
attention,
pull up
you
on
gotta
me.
shut it down immediately because it
Shut it
might
down
turn into some ugly shit that you
early.
don't want to be involved in.
Okay, so
I
it
don't like to
depends on
play
who
the
the other
yeah.
person is.
I am not nice if I don't like you in that way and I feel like you pushing up on me, I turn into a real nigga. I turn into a gangster. I be like, what are you doing? Can you give me 5 feet? Why you want oh yeah, you like
Yeah,
me. I'm
you
about to back up.
go.
Yo,
You
I
I'm
ain't gonna.
very new.
go, mama.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day when my oldest, because I have 3 daughters, and my oldest when she was like 4 or 5 years old. Yo, her main thing she used to do to dudes when dudes would try to talk to me, and if the dude was ugly, Lord, she'd be quick to be like, back up off my mother, you are ugly. And
Oh
I would
my gosh.
and it wasn't like she wasn't telling us like she was lying. She would hit it right on the spot, and I'd be like, "All right, girl, chill." But in my head, I'd be like, "Yes, girl, I didn't like him either. I don't even know why he ran up on me. What was he trying? What was he thinking? Was he thinking
You're
I was desperate? He
cold.
need to slide away. He need to slide away." But my child used to give it to him so hard, like, "What? Back up, you ugly." Don't talk to her. You ugly. Don't talk to her. I'd be like, ooh.
Oh my
It
gosh.
hurts more when
God.
it's from a child.
Oh my.
And you know what? We glad to hear that you want kids, because definitely at this channel definitely promotes all levels of womanhood. If you want to have kids, if you don't want to have kids, that's all on you. But we also promote that smoking weed during pregnancy is not a bad thing. What's your take on it?
You know, as I have gotten older, I'm 30 years old now. I feel like when I was younger, I had like this like idea of what womanhood was when it comes to being a mother and like knowing how many partners and even like Ruby, you opened up about like how like you know you were struggling to find like the father of your last child. And I was like, back in the days, like when we used to watch like Jerry Springer and Maury, we were so like, even my sister to this day was very like, oh, it's the woman's fault if you don't. But as I'm getting older, as I've gotten older and like just understanding life now, I can see how something like that could happen. Like, there's so many people especially in New York City, there's so many people in the world. And then one minute you're like in your lovey-dovey honeymoon with somebody, and then the next minute that nigga disrespect you and you fucking his friend just to get back at him or his daddy. So it's understandable. So when it comes to like,
damn, ma.
Yeah, she said fucking his friend or his dad.
Or his dad.
Real quick. I was like, damn.
That's the type of bitch I am. Don't play with me. But I feel like when it comes to like motherhood, parenting, pregnancy, and like consuming, I think it depends on the person. Like me personally, I don't know if I would partake. Not because like I feel like it's bad, but like I personally believe that I wouldn't want to force what I enjoy doing on my child. And it feels kind of like that's what I'd be doing. Like, yes, it's my body, and if I enjoy smoking weed, I should. But at this current time, I'm like incubating this other human. So unfortunately, I cannot be selfish. I have to be more considerate because let's say I'm consuming and it turns out like the baby doesn't like it. Like I used to babysit dogs. Like I have a dog now. But like there are some dogs that if you're smoking weed, they'll sit right up under you and they love the smell of it. But there are other dogs who don't even like to see clouds of smoke. So it's kind of that gray area for me. So I feel like for me, the safest bet for me would be not to consume while pregnant. But when I see women who are pregnant, who are out at these events, I don't look down at them at all. I actually think that they're brave as hell because they're doing something outside the norm. They're like pushing the boundaries and they're like questioning, I guess, the social norms.
And also it's the holistic and medicinal benefits involved. And so, right, once you, like, let's say, how do you know that the cannabinoids in marijuana are good for nausea for you unless you had that nausea and you've actually ingested it and combated it. So it's like you're, when that time comes, you're going to cross it. For instance, I used to judge moms all the time, and I used to be probably like one of the biggest hypocrites, and that's probably why I'm so like hard pressed on not being that, and being like, look at my own shit. You're so imperfect. You have so much work that you need to do, Ruby. You can't be looking at people like that. But I used to look at moms who even smoke cigarettes around their kids, like, oh my gosh, like, not like smoking.
Well, I still side eye that, because I have asthma, and like what a lot of people don't remember with smoking cigarettes and tobacco products is that the exhale, like the smoke coming out, is more harmful than what you just ingested. So when you're blowing out around me, I'm getting more sick than you.
Okay, that was a bad analogy, because that is a bad one, and it is frowned upon. But let's say,
but I understand what you're saying, though. Like, I completely agree. Like, it's kind of like for me, it's kind of like the same thing with like antidepressants. A lot of people are against it, whether you're like pregnant, sexually active. People just don't like the word antidepressant. So they feel like they're against that whole medication thing. I take antidepressants. If you could see me without it, you would understand why I take it. I'm completely different. Like, it's very scary and sad. Wow. However, there are I don't know about the one I'm taking, but there are antidepressants you cannot take while pregnant. It's like Accutane. Accutane clears your skin out. You can't take that while pregnant. Right. Because what it's doing for you, it's gonna have a worse effect on the baby. And I'm not saying that's what cannabis is, but I'm saying that if I make that choice to like put aside medication that's supposed to help me just to protect my baby and make sure that they don't have any added chemicals within them, I would do the same thing with cannabis.
Absolutely. And we encourage, we absolutely encourage that point of view based, based on the fact that, that it's all about how you deal with it with your situation. For me, it was a situation that helped me, keep down food, because I was, all 3 of my pregnancies, that's exactly how I knew I was pregnant, because I would puke. Just looking at food would just have me puking left and right. And the only way I could keep certain foods down was, taking a smoke break or 2. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't smoke throughout my whole pregnancy, but definitely I took smoke breaks. I definitely took smoke breaks here and there, because yes, I was also worried, especially once in my 3rd pregnancy, because in my 3rd pregnancy, I lived in Seattle, and the weed that I was smoking in Seattle was way stronger than any weed I ever had in my goddamn life. So literally, being pregnant out there and smoking, it was like there was times where I felt a little guilty, so I wasn't smoking as much with my 3rd pregnancy as my others. But I definitely encourage it. We encourage it, because the fact is we have done it, and our children came out fine. Shoot, my oldest daughter smokes as much as I do. You know what I mean? Like, literally,
and that's the thing. When I have children and they're at the age where they're like, experimenting with drugs, because it's going to happen, it's a part of life. I would hope that I created a space where they would feel comfortable enough to come talk to me before they just try with their friends. Right. I understand that's not like, that's not realistic, or No,
actually, that is realistic, honey, because if you said it, because honestly, I had, like I said, I have 3 kids. I've been smoking since I was 16 years old. I'm gonna be 51 in July. So, girl. I have always said, thank you. I've always said, 51, yo. I've always said, an environment around my kids to let them know that weed is first of all, weed is not a drug. Weed is a welcome plant that your mama needs. So if you see her smoking, leave her the fuck alone. Yes. So I strong, and just like Ruby it has small children right now, but at the end of the day, she is raising her children in an environment that for them to understand that weed is a plant that is welcomed in this environment, in our circle. It's not a drug, no matter what the fuck they tell you out there. We're gonna get your first education here in the house, so when you go outside and they try to tell you different, you'll be like, no, motherfucker, my mother already told me right. Fuck you.
I wonder if they're gonna change the curriculums in school, especially with science, and now weed is legal.
They will, because the fact is, a lot of these people, there's a lot of people trying to start, levels of cannabis education. That's one of the new entities that's growing in this business. I've definitely have seen that trend been talking about.
And Taylor, I really think I'm really excited about canatherapy. I was watching your live where you had the slideshow presentation, and I love that. I love slideshow presentations or PowerPoint presentations because they just break things down, especially for visual learners. And so I do think that we have some future endeavors together, because I have this idea that's been stirring for like a couple of years. It has to do with radical self-love. And with radical self-love, it's hand in hand. It goes hand in hand with mental health. It goes hand in hand with, support system and the feeling good aspect. And so I have also come full circle with, okay, I don't want to necessarily tax people, because one of these events may cost $2,000 if it's a stateside event. Otherwise, we're looking at more international. So I'm not necessarily interested in taxing people or like, oh, you need to give me your money. More so, I need you to have this experience with me. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, who's helping you, or are you doing the grant writing for yourself?
I'm doing it all myself.
Okay. We need to team up, because I'm learning how.
Oh, wow. I don't know what happened, but she'll be back. But
okay.
But you know what though? Since she mentioned that you're doing it all by yourself, have you ever thought about maybe hitting up a lot of some of these cannabis businesses and see if maybe they would want to sponsor you to to grow what you do?
So what I have done, when I go to these events, I make sure to promote myself and I network. I have like a little virtual business card, and a lot of people, a handful of people in the industry, they are like counselors, like certified counselors or licensed psychologists or therapists. So I was like, oh my God, would it be okay if I used you as like a resource? Like if I needed to connect clients to somebody. So I do have resources throughout the community, which I am so thankful and proud of.
Good.
So even though I started this alone, I'm not alone, if that makes sense.
Nice. No, but that's great though, because I think you know what I mean. The main thing that I love also about how High and Happy does his thing is that he connects with a lot of businesses and he makes us all connect with each other. So in a sense, we can promote each other and encourage each other in our circles, and that way our circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. You feel me?
Yeah.
I definitely like what he's been doing. You know what I mean? I also saw that you just did, was it High? Are we high yet 4 or?
Yeah, I've been doing those shows with him, those episodes with him. Are we high yet? It's so much fun. We meet up in different boroughs and we just shoot little skits that are 420 friendly, and it's always a good time.
It definitely does look like a good time. I know he's invited me a couple of times, but Lord, I just haven't, reached out to actually put it on my schedule because, girl, it's like I got so much to this shit to do. And because for the most part with this podcast, I'm the one that does the marketing and the editing and what I mean, all the promotion for the most part for our podcast, as well as what I do for myself because I have my own YouTube channel. So it's like just doing all of that and keeping up my little 9-to-5 plantation and dealing with the kids and husband shoe. And of course, we all want to have our 5 minutes of I'm smoking, leave me the fuck alone, stop bothering me.
I was about to say,
you feel me? So
talk about how like we need to do more for ourselves, but like they don't really take into account the work a Black woman needs to do in her everyday life.
I mean, at the end of the day, as a mom alone, whether you're a mom or not, but as a grown person, you got a lot of things on your plate. If you know what I'm saying, because after all, you trying to make something of yourself. You definitely trying to control your household and keep your household right. You want to extend yourself and have other businesses that you could be involved in, in order to create a different streams of income. Because no matter where you live, you paying a guap to eat shit, you know what I'm saying, sleep, smoke, you paying a guap for it all. So you know what I mean, we all got busy schedules, so just managing, keeping that busy schedule along is a lot, you know what I mean. I get it, you know what I mean. So so what else are you doing to promote your businesses, I should say?
I definitely I do a lot of lives and content on Instagram. I go to these events, word of mouth. I do it pretty much the free way, and it's been working.
I feel you because it's shit,
A lot of brands, surprisingly enough, brands have been hitting me up and like, oh, what's your budget so we can help you with marketing? And I'll be like, I don't get paid like that yet. This is a brand new business. I don't make the little money I do make ain't really anything. I don't make no money yet.
Not yet, but time just has to catch up with you.
Trust me. The same thing with us. You know what I mean? We doing a little something here and there, but it ain't nothing big. But we working on getting our numbers up. It's all that is.
Still,
we working on getting our numbers up.
Yeah, even though like I say that, it's still fulfilling. Like, I feel like it still feels like I don't know why it still feels like I started it like maybe last month or like recently, and it's like I really started this in December, and like it's about to be June. Like that's a big deal.
I mean, it's the same thing with us. You know what I mean? I actually, because like I said, smoke clouds make you forget shit. I had to actually go to our YouTube history and realize that our first video that we uploaded on our YouTube channel was in 2020. So me and Ruby been doing this for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
This is one of the most stablest relationships I've ever had. You know what? Our pussies have never even bumped, but I love this woman just like she was my wife. I'm telling you.
I hear that shit.
I'm glad you said that. That yes, our pussies has never been bumped. Okay, I'm glad you said that.
So shout out to Kai's husband. As much as a dog as I am, there are certain women that are off limits. My sisters, my daughters, my nieces, my sister Kai, and now Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think nasty thoughts of you. You know what I'm saying? You're my girl now. You're my queen now. It's been such a pleasure. No, it's really such a pleasure speaking with you. I even love the sound of your voice. Do you sing?
I think I think musical theater.
Okay, yes, you do.
So like I'm not like a Mariah Carey or some shit, but I'm more like a
You gotta be.
like I don't know, like a Disney princess.
Oh, okay. Are you like Ariana Grande or like Erykah Badu voice though? That's what I want to know.
I'm like, I would say Ariana Grande or like Hillary Duff.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
So
that's what's up.
she's just a little white inside. That's it.
like,
She
yeah.
a
Or
touch
like
like
a
a white
Raven
girl.
Simone. There we go. I'm like a Raven Simone.
Right. Oh
Oh,
hell yeah.
I love me some Raven Simone. I really do. You're amazing, Queen.
Definitely. You know what I'm
If
saying?
we
So,
Google you, if we were to Google your name and XXX behind it, will we find any pornos out there?
oh Lord.
No, I don't know. I haven't recorded myself fucking yet. I've thought about it lately, but I haven't. So
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
not that I know of. You know what? You never know with these niggas.
Yeah, you never
Hey,
know.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Because the
You
fact
know with
is, you
these
could get
niggas,
mistaken. It could
right?
definitely get mistaken
A
with
nigga could try
somebody
to
think
slide it.
that it's you
Yeah.
on a video when it really ain't you. I ain't
And
saying no
then,
names.
do you have any kinks or fetishes that you haven't revealed on your lives before?
Besides eating ass, everyone knows that. Something I
Ooh,
haven't
okay.
shared.
I mean, let me.
Oh, you know what? I love ear play. I'm a sucker for the
Okay.
ears.
Okay, ear play.
Give me
I've
the
never.
ears.
Okay,
You know
okay.
what? No, but
Interesting.
you know what, Taylor? I gotta ask you a question because real talk. I actually bumped into one of your lives one day, and girl, if somebody would have seen me watching you, because first of all, you was on live, and I could only see half of you. But you was it was like you was taking a shower or something like that, and I was just like, wait a minute, are we on live taking a shower? What we doing?
Yeah,
What is
Oh,
going on here?
shit.
I be taking baths and shit.
What?
Ooh, she cray cray. I love that. Tay Tay.
Yeah, no, because I had to act because I was just like, wait a minute, because literally I was at work and I'm sitting there just all of a sudden I said it's a Taylor going live, so I said, all right, let me go see just to see. And when I saw half of your titty, I said, wait,
That's
you
right,
ain't
Queen.
you
That's
ain't about
right.
Yeah,
to get me fired, girl. No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
yeah, that sounds about right. That was me.
Oh, I
Oh.
love it. I love it. Do you
Oh,
have
well,
any
shit. Absolutely. Let us know if you got a website, anything you want to share on social media, any if you got a YouTube, because definitely if you got a YouTube, let us know. We definitely going when we post this video, because this is gonna be the first video of season 6 in the mix.
Hey.
And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So of course, when we post this video, if you got a YouTube channel, we definitely gonna tag you in it. So let us know all your social media.
That's right,
Um.
Taylor. Okay.
Okay. Well, you want me to let y'all know right now? Like,
Yeah,
just
go
say
ahead.
it. So my Instagram, of course, is Taylor Gang Gang 221. My YouTube is the Three Buds with a Z, Three Buds podcast. Um, you could book,
Shout out to Budz.
yes, you could book an appointment with Candid Therapy, and the link in my bio is a Calendly um page. So all you have to do is click the link, pick a date, and then it will send you a reminder, email, and text
So,
message. So yes. And if you go on my Instagram, my main page is connected to it, Taylor Louise period 221. My OnlyFans is in the bio of that one. So if you
noise,
want a little spicy content,
I mean, shoot,
noise.
we live in our life, and OnlyFans is part of the life. Let's make sure pay her subscription. But you know what I'm saying? Don't just run up in there trying to get
All
a
right.
free looky. No free
right.
looky up in here. Pay, motherfucker, pay.
That's beautiful. And Taylor, can you give our listeners and us some like imparting words of advice that that's really helped you get through some like really shitty times?
Yes. You no matter where you are in life right now, you are not broken, you are not damaged. You're going through an obstacle, and although it may be hard, it may be easy wherever you are in life, you got this. And if you feel like you don't got this, I promise you there's somebody out there who wants to and is willing to support you. You got this.
That's right. I love that. Thank you, Taylor.
I love that. And that definitely gives encouragement to you know what I mean, whatever people are going through. Because at the end of the day, we all going through something, you know what I mean? It's shit, rich, poor, whatever. We all got something going on, you know what I mean? Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's completely satisfied with their lives, you know what I mean? But if you're working on it and you only look at yourself as the only competition, and you're doing your best every single day, then that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do. And always congratulate yourself. Always.
Yes.
You move from step 1 to step 2, or you still at step 1. At the end of the day, when you wake up the next day and allowed to see another day in order to try it again, that is the fucking main.
That's progress, yes.
Day. That's how you get your motivation, knowing that you got up in order to be able to move on and move up and have another chance to try again. Never give up, motherfuckers. We don't. And certainly encourage you not to.
That's right. Shout out Aaliyah. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Absolutely. Taylor, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
And,
thank you so much, Taylor Gang, for being in the building. Of course, we'll tag you. Of course, we'll send you a link. And of course, thank you for being the first episode of season 6 in the mix. Motherhood.
Thank you for having me.
Motherfucking building.
Yes.
Don't go nowhere.